It looks like Mr. I want a $65 million luxury jet, Creflo Dollar, is in the news spotlight again. And for all those who don't know who Creflo Dollar is, he is a prosperity gospel preacher down in College Park, Georgia, which is a suburb of Atlanta. And in the last few months, he was in the news because he wanted his followers to raise enough money for him to buy a $65 million luxury jet, which, might I add, is one of the most expensive jets in the world. Now, someone who's that low and vile and such a con man, there's no telling what might come out of the snake's mouth. He actually said that, this is a little crazy, so I hope you guys are sitting down right now. He said that Pokemon, which is something that I played when I was a kid, has turned 80s or kids who were born in the late 80s to early 90s, and it has turned them gay. Now, I'm 22 years old. I was born in 93, so I'm a 90s baby. And for him to say Ash and his fruity friends has turned lots of kids gay when Pokemon was very popular in this country, it's just batshit for me to hear. Because as a person who's straight and has played I was a Pokemon maniac. You know, I loved Pokemon. I had Pokemon cards, a Pokédex. I had the games. I had posters. I had accessories. I even had a recorder that had that came with a Pokemon book, and I didn't even know how to play it. I didn't know how to play it. I just liked Pokemon. That's a part of my childhood. And I remember once when I was watching the TV show. My favorite Pokemon, Charmander, almost died. Now his tail was extinguished, and I remember I saw that episode and I was crying because I didn't want Charmander to die. I was like, if someone don't throw some gasoline and light it and make sure his tail lights back up. It was just a very, very hard time for me to see that until the end of the episode. But Creflo Dollar, he's not a biologist, he's not a scientist, he has no scientific expertise whatsoever. It seems like his understanding of science is that of maybe a first graders or something. But he said that Pokemon turns kids gay. Now, how that is, I have no clue. He pulled out his ass. He said that it came from a scientific study from his church. So, that seems so legit. It's like he's making it seem like his studies on the level with Harvard or something. But he pretty much said that, yeah, my church did a study and said that show made kids gay. Now let's talk about the gay part. First off, nothing can make someone gay. It can make someone more open or not open towards, someone's sexuality or whatever. But at the end of the day, people are born that way. I'm straight, whatever. And if someone's gay, then hey, more power to them. It's just, to me, it's not even that big of a deal. But when you use the same arguments that people who 50, 60 years ago would use to discriminate against black people, and we're both black, and you use those same arguments to discriminate against another, marginalized minority, it's disturbing. It's disturbing to me as an African American that this same, person who's, is an older gentleman, he used the same arguments that his parents saw growing up, during those times, and he would use it against another human being. It's disturbing. It's despicable that he can do something like that. Now, and also Pokemon, if he has ever watched the show, which I doubt, he can obviously see that Pokemon is not, I never thought of Pokemon as being gay. I mean, like, most of the women in the show have on like mini skirts, and Brock was a hound doggy, and I don't know, I think Ash Ketchum was just like, he never hit puberty, and he was 10 years old his whole entire life, but whatever. It's just, I never to watch Pokemon and think there's like some sort of gay or straight, or pro-gay or straight narrative in the show is just nutty. I never thought of Pokemon like that. It's just a cool-ass TV show. And you know what? When I was playing Pokemon cards as a kid, you know what's really cool about it is that when I played Pokemon cards, I would play with people of all backgrounds. Black, white, Asian, even some Arabs or whatever. And it was like, we didn't care about, our background. We didn't care. We still don't care about that stuff. But it's like, we could sit down and have a fun time. And, we're just kids. We like playing with it. But it's like, for him, it's always some sort of, he said the gay agenda. The gay agenda. I mean, it's it's sort of silly you can say something like that, but he says, oh, part of the gay agenda, the Illuminati gay agenda. plan to, you know, turn on our kids again. I mean, this guy just needs to just shut the fuck up and just move the fuck along. And you know what? Hey, if you want to live as if we lived, you know, in the 7th century, go ahead, man. But don't say not, like, you know, dumb shit like that and then expect people to just nod their head in approval. No, you sounded dumb as hell, man. You know. Maybe he should watch Pokemon. You know, maybe he might change his opinions on it. You know, who knows? But yeah, Creflo Dollar, you definitely are a scumbag, and that's all I gotta say. Tell me what you guys think about Mr. Pimp Preacher in the comments below, and have a nice day.